Hi guys, today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of starting your own full-time reseller business. So let's get into it. Hi guys, how's it going? Cindy Krause from Krause House Thrift and Thrift here. If you're returning, thanks so much for coming back. If you're a new reseller, I really appreciate you watching me and you watching to the end. I hope you will. Today I thought I would talk about the pros and cons of being a full-time reseller, having your own reseller business, working out of your home. And some of you may be considering doing this, maybe wondering if you should quit your job to be a full-time reseller, or maybe you just started reselling and that's something you're thinking about. So I thought you might want to know the good and the bad about it, the things that I've learned over the 20 years I've been doing it. I was a full-time admin, a part-time reseller for many years, and that worked out great for me. I just did eBay in the evenings and the weekends, and I still made a pretty good living, but my main source of income was, the administrative job. But once I quit that industry and I became a full-time reseller, that has been my primary business. I became self-employed. I love it. I don't want to go back. And that may not be for you, but I think it works for a lot of people. We love being our own boss. So I thought I would share the good and bad with you so you know whether you should do this. I would recommend, if you're thinking about quitting your full-time job, that you have some money saved before you do that. You don't have to. If you are confident enough in what you're selling that you can make the same amount of money that you did as doing full-time whatever you did before, or maybe even more money, great, do it. Jump into it, see how it works. You can always try and get another job outside of the home if you don't like it or you don't end up making enough money. I love it. One thing I will recommend you do is try it out before you quit any job or before you do it full time, because you want to make sure you're going to like it. I'm sure there are people out there who thought, hey, yeah, I'll resell on eBay or wherever, and they don't like it, or it doesn't go well, or whatever, and then they quit. So I would recommend that you start out just listing things on eBay. You're going to want to list a bunch when you start so you can get those sales rolling in, so you can get paid right away, because eBay does hold your payouts at first until you ship your items and the customer gets them, and then they release the funds until you get to a certain sales amount. Then you'll be able to get your payment within the time everybody else gets it on managed payments, which could be 2 to 3 days depending on your bank. So yes, that's my recommendation, that you start being a part-time reseller when you're full-time whatever you are outside of the home. See if you like it. If you've done it a while and you're good at it and you're doing well, and that's something you feel you want to do the rest of your life, great. I highly encourage that. Like I said, I've been on part-time on eBay since 2001. My kids were little. I just wanted to make some extra money. I was a full-time mommy at home, and I just did eBay part-time. Well, I did eBay part-time and had a full-time job until 2015 when I met John. And then I quit my job right before we got married. And then I did have a couple of jobs once we got married, but they didn't work out. And I really don't like working outside the home. I had a string of bad bosses, and I didn't like having to report to them. bothered me. So that's going to be part of my con. Well, yeah, my pro actually for being a reseller. So, something you guys have to think about and pray about if that's what you do. Really make sure it's something you want to do. And then if you do, jump right into it. Great. I think it's a wonderful thing. I love it. I love working in my home office all day, setting my own hours, doing, motivating myself to get listings done, to pack them when they sell, to have a rapport with customers. It's something I could do the rest of my life. So, and even if you try it and you don't like it, doesn't work out, oh well, move on. No regrets. Don't have any regrets, you guys. The things we do in life, the decisions we make, help us to learn and grow. So don't have any regrets. All right, let's start with the pros. I always like to go with the good first, being a full-time reseller. So one of them is kind of obvious, but being your own boss. You, like I just said a minute ago, you don't have anybody to tell you what to do or boss you around or give you a job or whatever, treat you like crap, which I've had, or micromanage you, or just, to be over you, to, be your boss. So you are your own boss. With that comes good and bad. I'm going to talk about the good at first. Well, the good is you set your own hours. So you can work 2 hours a day. You can work 20 hours a day. You can work 10 hours a day, whatever. It's the hours you set. But I will tell you, the more hours you put into this and the more effort, the more sales you will get. So I work 8 to 10 hour days. I work 6 to 7 days a week. Sometimes I work all 7 days. Some days John and I hang out and I take a day off. Like Saturday was my birthday. Thought about putting out a video. I'm not going to just toot my own horn and just say it's my birthday. I'm putting out a video to say it's my birthday. Plus, I'm 59, whoop-de-doo. When you get to 59, like the birthdays aren't as special as they used to be. John and Eric will probably go out next weekend. We just stayed in and we watched videos. We watched movies and TV shows and we had so much fun. We finished Swap Shop, which I told you guys about. So much fun. Watched a bunch of movies, some movies I wanted to show him, movies he wanted to show me. Really, really fun. We watched Breach. That was really good. That was one he wanted to show me. We watched My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, which we'd seen before, but that's just a fun movie. The first one's great too. And then we watched, what was that? Dan in Real Life. Actually, we've both seen it before, but it's a really good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, it's from 2005, 2006 with Steve Carell, a bunch of celebrities you would have heard of. A really, really good movie. Juliette Binoche and John Mahoney and, people like that. So, yes, next I'm going to talk about, and it comes with being your own boss. Your hours are flexible. Like I said, you set your own hours, and you can also take vacation time whenever you want. If you want to take a week off, you can take a week off. I don't recommend that unless it's a planned vacation. And when you do go on vacation, you can either close your store, put on time away and say you don't want to have any sales while you're gone, or you put on time away and you say you do want sales. The good and the bad is the good, you're selling while you're on vacation. The bad about that is you're going to probably have a lot to ship when you get back, but I don't mind that. I'll take the sales. I don't mind the shipping. So sourcing, you get to do your own shopping. Who doesn't like shopping? Well, I'm sure there are people out there who don't like shopping, including some guys, but a lot of guy resellers enjoy that part too. Super fun. I do thrift stores. I do yard sales, garage sales. I have done retail arbitrage, which is me. I usually go to like a TJ Maxx or Ross, and I bought things on clearance, or I bought things at Target and sold them. It just depends. I mostly do yard sales, thrift stores. Sometimes we go to estate sales or flea markets. I don't think we have any flea markets near us. That's where we haven't been. One of the things I really, really miss is the Goodwill bins. When we were in Oregon, we were able to go there because they had one in Portland. They had a couple of them. I think they had one in Beaverton too, where we were. Those are really fun. I love them. And Idaho has 0. I looked it up. So we might be moving back to Oregon. I shouldn't really reveal much. That's what we're planning. So I'll talk about more when it becomes more set in stone, but that's our plan, to move to Eastern Oregon. So I'm super excited. It could take a few months though. All right. One big thing about this job, it's fun. It's really fun. The shopping's fun. I don't mind the listing. Some people hate the listing. I don't mind it. The shipping's fine. I don't mind the shipping. It's not that's necessarily fun, but getting the sales are fun. The cha-ching is fun. You could be sitting there watching TV. You could be doing anything and you could get sales 24/7 around the clock. I get sales while I sleep. I wake up in the morning and I see what's sold. How fun is that? It's like Christmas is every day. It's really, really fun. And I've told you guys this before, but this is the only job that I've stuck with this long. I already touched on no boss. Well, that's good and bad because you have to motivate yourself. I guess the bad would be if you're not a good person to motivate yourself, you should have a boss and they'll motivate you. But when you're your own boss, you have to get up. You have to set your hours. You have to sit at that computer and list and ship and talk to your customers and whatever, tweak your listings. There's a lot involved. Make sure your inventory is all labeled correctly and stored correctly and that you can get to it. And so you have to be a self-motivator, or I would not recommend you do this job. Some people are not good at that, so they do much better in an office environment or having a job with a boss. So yes, you have to be a self-motivator to do this job, or at least to do it well and make good money at it. No driving into work. I get to just wake up and walk upstairs to my office, and that goes along with it. You don't have to dress up. I could wear pajamas. I could be naked if I wanted. I don't work naked. That's a guy thing. That's something my husband would do. But no, I always put clothes on, and I don't wear my pajamas because if I sit around in my pajamas, I feel like a bum. I don't like that. I only do that when I'm sick. So I don't do that. I just dress in regular clothes, my casual clothes. But you could, if you wanted to, you could wear whatever you want because no one's going to see you. I guess the bad about that is you're working alone. It can be kind of lonely. I'm at home with my husband. He's working from home right now. Actually, he's going to be getting a job where he's working outside the home. But it can get lonely. You don't have any employees to talk to. You got nobody to talk to. Now, if you have kids at home, that's different, or a husband at home, you could talk to them, or you have friends, or you work with somebody. Now, some eBayers do hire employees, so they're going to hang with them and talk with them. I don't mind being alone. I'm a very independent person. I've never minded working alone. I don't have to have people around me, although I do have a husband. If I didn't have him, I would be lonely, but he's my best friend. He's my buddy, my companion. So I don't need anybody else, but it's always nice having friends and family. My family are 10 hours away right now. That's going to change, but I like it. I'm fine with it. But if you're the person who needs to be around a lot of people, you might reconsider being a reseller because in an office, obviously, you're going to be around people. So the other thing is when you have a boss, they take the taxes out. So they take your taxes out of your check. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about it. You just tell them what your deductions are and they take them out for you. So you have to do yourself when you're a reseller. And another good thing about being a reseller is you get to meet people from all over the world. No, you're not really meeting them per se. They're buying things from you, but sometimes you have conversations with people and it's really fun. I've talked with people. They said, hey, thank you for, shipping me this. I You know, like one guy sold a part of a machine and he told me he's really good with that kind of thing with his hands. And you know, I've gotten to other conversations with people because they tell me why they bought the item or what they do for a profession. And it's fun. You get into conversations and they can live anywhere in the world. Now I've had some people that are really lonely and want to keep talking and kind of have to nip that in the bud. I usually end up saying, I'm sorry, I gotta get back to work, but it's nice talking to you. But I don't mind a little back and forth, and people can live anywhere in the world. It's really fun to see when somebody buys something from you, to see where they live. I always look. I'm very interested. So that's another pro to this business. It's just really fun, and I just love it in general. Yes, there's some bad things about it, which I'm going to talk about right now. The cons. All right, we just talked about taxes. You have to do your own taxes. That's not fun. You got to keep all your receipts. You got to keep your sales. Now, you know, obviously put your deductions in there, your gas, what you sourced, how much you paid for it, and all of that. So you're your own boss, which I said that could be good and bad. The bad of it is you have to motivate yourself. So I'm the one who makes myself come up here to my office, that I do the listings. I take the pictures. I do the descriptions. I get the listings submitted to eBay. I'm the one communicating with buyers. I'm the one shipping out the items. I'm looking at my listings to see if I could to lower the price or raise the price or fix the description or add a better picture. I'm the one managing my listings, managing my business, and it's me. And I am very self-motivating because I love this business and I want to keep making more sales and more sales. So for me, it's easy. It's not best for everybody though. All right, to go along with the taxes, you got to keep track of your expenses, you know, what you spend, you know, what you sourced, all your receipts. I do use this program called FORE, F-O-R-E receipt, and it's an app, and you just scan the receipt and they'll save it for you, and they'll put the date or where you got it from, how much you spent, and it's really nice. Then I just throw away the receipt after that. So, and that's a YouTuber who is on Kat and Nurse Flipper's live stream who mentioned that. So thank you. I forgot who it was. Thank you for mentioning that because I've used that app now. All right, so not only you have to keep track of your expenses, you have to keep track of your inventory. I have lots of inventory, 1,000 items. So most of them are in plastic bins, but I have some on shelves and or loose on a table. So you have to keep track of your inventory. I do that with a spreadsheet, but some people use the SKUs on eBay to keep track of it. However works for you, you're going to have to keep track of it though. And you're going to have to have a place to store it. That's the thing I was going to say. You've got to have room to store your inventory. So whether that's in your office, your garage, your shed, in a storage room outside of your home, you're going to have to store it. And the more inventory you have, the more money you can make on eBay. So I just say keep it on and get more inventory as you list your items and get low in inventory. Buy more, and you know, you're gonna have to store more, but that's okay. I don't mind. And when I lived in Portland, I did have to store all my inventory in a storage room, and we had to pay monthly for that. And I had to drive there every day. It was like 6 or 7 miles. It was a pain in the butt. But I did it. I did it for a year. It's fine. I survived. And lots of people still do that. So it's okay. All right. Yeah. So what I said already on the pro, it's not a pro, but I said you can get lonely. And that was one of the cons I was going to mention, the fact that you have no employees. So it does kind of get lonely if you're a kind of person who needs to be around people. I don't. I'm totally fine with working by myself all day with nobody else around. So I prefer it, actually. I get a lot more work done without talking to other people. All right. So yeah, another thing about space, you have to have space to work. You have to have space for a desk and a chair and a computer monitor or 2 monitors like I have. And so you'll have to have a workspace. You have to have space for your postage scale, for your tape, Any other supplies that you have, like I have some cleaning supplies for the items I buy, and I have a table for the items that I take pictures. So you have to have a table with some kind of tablecloth on it, or table covering that's white. I would have a white one and a black one. White one for most items, a black one for light color items. And I would also recommend you have a wall or a door where you could hang up items to take a picture of. And that's what I have right behind me. I use that door. I take off all the stuff off of there, and I put a sheet up there. And then I have one of those, you know, like a hook, like right there. And I put my hangers on there. And instead of flat laying my items, I just take pictures of them that way. And I also use my dress form for ladies' clothing. So that's what I would recommend, you guys, if you're going to be doing eBay full time. Shipping, supplies, and packing, you're going to have room for those too, and you're going to have to make sure you stock up. So I get boxes of a variety of places. I have bought them on eBay. Sometimes I use my shipping coupon to get eBay boxes. I bought them on Amazon and eBay, but I prefer the free method. I've also bought them at Walmart and Family Dollar, which is what we have. We don't have a Dollar Tree. We have a Family Dollar, but Dollar Tree as well has boxes. They only have limited number of size of boxes. They're really cheap. They're like $1 or under. So you could always buy your boxes. I like free though. Whenever I'm in a store, like grocery outlet, Walmart, you know, any store really, if I see them unpacking items, I always ask for their boxes, or if I just see them abandoned, I grab some. So today I went to Family Dollar and bought 3 small boxes because I was running low. I have mostly like medium to large boxes, and I don't ship a lot of items that are that size, although I have in the past and I will in the future. It's just mostly I need like this, you know, a smaller box, like for a hat or a small figurine or something like that. So John said, we'll go behind Dawn's Thriftway. They have a lot of boxes. I said, well, I've looked before and I don't see them. But I went out and I looked for them and I found them. They had a huge dumpster full of boxes they had flattened. So I grabbed about 10 of them. And I'm going to go back later and get more. Those are free, you guys. And they love when you take their boxes because that means they don't have to get rid of them. Whenever I asked at the store if they're unpacking stuff to put on the shelves, I say, hey, can I have your boxes? Sure. You know, like, thank you. I don't have to dispose of it. So I've never had anybody say, no, you can't have my boxes. So try that method. If you want the free method, go to the stores and find them that way, or go behind the stores. A lot of times they dump them in dumpsters. Or you can also look on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist for free supplies. And when I was in Portland and Boise, they had a lot of those. A lot of people getting rid of boxes. I got a lot of bubble wrap that way. I got packing paper that way. I got peanuts that way. Now that I'm in a smaller area, there's not as many of those. But those are all ways that you can find boxes and packing supplies, you guys. All right, so I guess a con would be I have to go to the post office, or my husband does. He does it most of the time. If he's working, I go. Or sometimes I just go to get it done. But you will have to go to the post office. We go almost every day, and we even go on Saturdays because they're open for an hour on Saturdays in our town. Can't go on Sunday or a holiday, but otherwise we are at the post office at least 6 times a week. And sometimes I've gone twice. Like if I have a lot of stuff, I'll go in the morning and then I'll go in the afternoon. But usually it's just once a day. So yeah, you'll need a car, or you'll need to be close to a post office where you could walk on foot. I guess a con could be you're at the mercy of eBay's rules. I mean, if you're selling on eBay, that isn't your own website. So, you know, whenever they have guidelines or rules, you have to adhere to those. You can't do your own thing. Now, I find they're very easy to follow. I don't have any problems with any of their rules or guidelines. Of course, there are some I like more than others, but I have no problem with that. If you don't want to deal with that, you could have your own website where you just go with Squarespace or Blogger or Wix or there's a whole bunch, you guys. Just go pay monthly for a website. Oh, GoDaddy is a website. and do what you want, sell from there. But it's very difficult to drive traffic to a new website. You would have to have a big social media following to do that, but it can be done. All right, I guess one of the other cons is you're dealing with buyers, which can be a pro and a con. So a pro would be very nice people. You meet some very nice people who make you feel good. They love the item they bought from you, and they're just very nice people. The con is dealing with what I deal with today. A guy wanted me to refund him in full without returning the item. And I said, I'll give you a partial refund. Like I was going to refund him minus the shipping. He didn't like that. He wanted me to send him a full refund. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way. You ship me the item, then I'll send you a full refund. But if you're going to keep the item, I'm not going to send you a full refund. Now, if the item was broken, they sent me pictures, that's different. Then I give them a full refund. But this was an item that he said it wasn't what I described, and I'm actually not sure about that because I didn't fully inspect it, which was my bad. I'll tell you what it is. They're like discs, DVR discs, and they're blank. And I looked at the top few and they look fine, but the rest, I guess, were not what it said at the top. They were different, according to this person. So I don't know if he's right or wrong. I won't know until I get the item back. So I told him, please ship me the item back and I'll get you a full refund. I have not heard from him, so I don't know what he's going to do. But he did open up a return with eBay. So that's okay. I'll be happy to get it back and refund them if that's what they want to do. If they want to keep it, they won't get a refund. I was willing to give them a partial refund, but they didn't want that. So that's mostly it, you guys. You know what? You do what you want to do. I can do it because my husband works full-time at a job. This isn't our only source of income. Now, a lot of couples do sell on eBay, and that's their full-time only income. And they do very well. Some people are in the 6 figures, and that's great. I mean, that's wonderful. More power to them. But for me, I do make good money, but I don't make enough money to support our household fully. So that's why I love it. It's not a hobby, it is a business. This is my full-time business, and I do generate very good income for us that we use, and it's a big blessing to have it. But that's the other thing. If you guys are just doing eBay as a hobby, don't worry about it. Not all these things apply to you because you're not looking to be a full-time reseller. But you know, doing eBay a hobby is fun. Just making extra income, and you have another full-time job, or your spouse does, that's great. I recommend it to anybody, but it's not for everybody. You have to love this, and you have to put in the work and the effort and motivate yourself and want to make this a growing business where the sky's the limit, basically. It all depends on your time, effort, what you sell, and like I said, the effort you're willing to put into it. So I hope this helped you guys. Maybe give you some ideas. I hope this inspired you, motivated you. If this is something you want to do, you can do it. You can do it. Reminds me of Rob Schneider. You can do it. But it's only if you want to do it. There's nothing wrong with working a full-time job somewhere else. Like I said, this is not for everybody. So I just wanted to help you out. If this is something you're considering doing, I just wanted you to weigh the good and the bad, the pros and the cons. And hopefully this helped you out. If you liked this, guys, please give me a thumbs up. Send me a comment. Let me know if you liked it. I really appreciate you. And I'm going to keep making these videos, hopefully to help you and to guide you. And I hope you're having a great day. It's in the 40s today and it's sunny and I'm happy. Can you tell? Maybe I had too much coffee. I don't know. All right, you guys. Love you. Talk to you next time. Bye.